beyond the neon glare and the concrete walls of the crowd. A narrow passage whispers something not quite allowed. Between the brick and shadow, where the sunlight never goes, I find the secret rhythm that only the seeker knows. The heavy iron door is rusted by the years of the rain, protecting every heartbeat and protecting every strain. I push against the weight and hear the hinges start to sigh, leaving all the fragments of the city-ish world to die. The silence hits me first, a thick and a velvety shield. Everything the modern world has lately and ever concealed. The smell of damp cement and the smell of the ancient wood. A sanctuary offered like a person understood. I descend the narrow stairs into the center of the deep, where the ghosts of the melodies are starting to wake from sleep. The basement is a museum of the plastic and the ink, giving me the time and the opportunity to think. Down the stairs, leave the cares, hidden door, ask for more. The hidden alley, a portal to the long ago time, putting every memory into rhythm and to rhyme. A sanctuary buried in the belly of the street, where the past and present are eventually going to meet. A dim and a flickering amber glow, the only kind of frequency that I really wanna know. Rows of wooden bins are rising upwards like a wall, waiting for the one who has the courage to not fall. I see the faded posters of the giants of the brass, watching as the many heavy city-ish hours pass. It's an underground cathedral, a temple of the sound, the finest kind of sanctuary that I have ever found. There is no clock upon the wall, no digital shine, only the vibration of the structural and design. I feel the static in the air, a tension in the bone, feeling less like a stranger and feeling less alone. I step into the aisle and I breathe the dusty air, a magnificent and beautiful and solitary prayer. The saxophone is sleeping in the grooves of the black, waiting for the person who is never turning back. The hidden alley, a portal to the long ago time, putting every memory into rhythm and to rhyme. A sanctuary buried in the belly of the street, where the past and present are eventually going to meet. The city is a memory now, a distant hollow hum, matching the vibration of the internal and the drum. I am the gambit of the basement-ish sea, looking for the island of the opportunity. Maybe the soul is just a record in the dark, searching for the needle and searching for a spark. In the hidden alley I have found the golden key, the definition of the spirit and of the liberty. So let the door stay closed and let the shadows continue grow. Everything that I really need to know. The alley is the anchor of the spirit and the mind, leaving all the trouble and the static far behind. I walk towards the counter with the vision in the head, long after every single word of worry has been said. The hidden alley is the anthem of the night, for helping us to face the coming and the blinding light. The hidden alley, a portal to the long ago time, putting every memory into rhythm and to rhyme. A sanctuary buried in the belly of the street, where the past and present are eventually going to meet. The platter starts to spin in a circular and steady move, waiting for the arrival of the deep and the soulful groove. I lift the silver arm with a balanced and a human hand, the coolest and the sharpest inspiration in the land. The needle is a diamond, a messenger of the light, ready to interpret the geography of the night. I align the trajectory, I target the first track. There is no possibility of ever turning back. It drops with a heavy and a satisfying thud, sending the electricity to the marrow and the blood. A sudden burst of static, a fire in the ear, erasing every worry and erasing every fear. Then the melody emerges from the canyon of the black, bringing all the beauty and the salvation back. It's a physical encounter, a struggle with the soul, giving back the spirit, the absolute and total control. Spinning round, find the sound in the groove, make the move. Needle on the vinyl, a mechanical decree, setting the spirit and the frequency so free. A dance of the diamond and a dance of the mind, leaving all the digital and static far behind. Is a story, every pop is a day, watching as the fragments of the city wash away. The friction is the energy, the friction is the grace, suspended in the center of the solitary space. The saxophone is screaming with the passion and a grin, where the victory and where the celebration begin. We are the operators of the analogish machine, the loveliest perspective that I have ever seen. The bass is like the architecture, solid and it's deep, watching over secrets that the tired people keep. The piano is the architect of every single bar, reaching for the meaning and reaching for a star. It's an intellectual and a visceral affair, hanging in the dusty and the heaviest share. The needle is a traveler on a spiral of the sea, connecting the mystery with the opportunity. Needle on the vinyl, a mechanical decree, setting the spirit and the frequency so free. A dance of the diamond and a dance of the mind, leaving all the digital and static far behind. Starts to swell, casting a romantic and a soulfulish spell. I see the reflection in the rotating of the disc, taking the emotional and the lyric interest. Maybe the life is just a needle in the groove, waiting for the duration and the salvation to move into the center where the silence is the goal, making the fragmented and the broken spirit whole. So let the platter rotate and let the needle continue play, chasing all the boring and the weary blues away. Needle on the vinyl is the anthem of the heart, a permanent and beautiful and solitary art. I lead the player with the rhythm in the gate, refusing to be victims of a heavy kind of fate. The needle is the only thing I really, really need, a spiritual and a mechanical and a diamondish creed. Needle on the vinyl, a mechanical decree, setting the spirit and the frequency so free. A dance of the diamond and a dance of the mind, leaving all the digital and static far behind. Fingers are the sensors on a journey through the bins, where the exploration and the archaeology begins. Flick, flick, the jackets are a blur of the color and the ink, waiting for the person who is trying hard to think. I see the names of strangers and I see the faces of the lost, searching for a treasure at a very modest cost. $1 for a dream, a quarter for a soul, giving back the spirit, the absolute and total control. There's a rhythm in the searching, a rhythm in the gate, following the intuition in the hands of the fate. I pull a thin and a dusty and a heavy-ish sleeve, a story that only the believers can never believe. The artwork is a vision of the orange and the blue, a landscape that is beautiful and absolutely new. I feel the adrenaline in the center of the bone, a feeling that only the great diggers have ever known. Flip and find peace of mind, digging deep, secrets to keep, great digging blues. The anthem of the hunt, putting the ambition and the energy in front, a ribbon exploration of the plastic and the wood. Everything is exactly as it should. The organ is a whirlwind in the corner of the room, shining through the temporary and the basement-ish gloom. It sounds like high salvation, and it sounds like a new day, chasing all the fragments of the weary city away. I find a rare and a white label and a promo-ish press, a remedy for every single burden of the stress. The condition is a mystery, the labels are a blur, as the deeper emotions begin to slowly stir. Maybe we are only like the records in the bin, waiting for the person to let the story begin, to be picked from the shadows and be placed upon the light, defeating every particle of the heavy city night. The crate digging blues is a therapy of sorts, in the middle of the urban and the musical reports. I surrender to the frequency, I surrender to the beat, making the transition and the salvation complete. Crate digging blues, the anthem of the hunt, putting the ambition and the energy in front, a riffing exploration of the plastic and the wood. Everything is exactly as it should. I hold the chosen records like a trophy in the hand, a fragment of a distant in a very foreign land. The bookstore was a sanctuary, but the record store is fire, taking the ambition and the energy even higher. I see the dust upon the fingers, a badge of the pride, with absolutely nowhere for the gratitude to hide. The hunt is finished, but the story is whole, making the fragmented and the broken spirit soul. So thank you for the bins and thank you for the flick, for helping me to give all the energy and thought in quick to the simple and the beautiful and analog art, a permanent and beautiful and solitary part. I walk to the counter with the rhythm in the gate, refusing to be victims of a heavy kind of fate. Crate digging blues is the thing I really need, a spiritual and a rhythmic and a digging-ish creed. Oh, crate digging blues, the anthem of the hunt, putting the ambition and the energy in front, a rhythm exploration of the plastic and the wood. Everything is exactly as it should. The orange light is glowing in the center of the glass, watching as a many heavy city showers pass. A miniature fireplace, a fire in the wire, taking the ambition and the energy even higher. It isn't just the music, it's the temperature of sound, the finest kind of sanctuary that I've ever found. It softens every jagged edge and cleanses every sin, opening the window for the peace to enter in. The road is like a cushion of the velvet in the air, a temporary remedy for the burden of despair. The notes are round and heavy, they are full of the light, cutting through the struggle and then cutting through the strife. I feel the circulation returning to the soul, giving back the spirit, the absolute and total control. Then I look, warmth is a medicine for mine, leaving all the trouble and the static far behind. Feel the heat, softer beat, tube is bright in the night. Analog warmth, the blanket for the heart, the fundamental tools of the sophisticated art. A warm and a beautiful and an intricate design, making every ordinary moment look so very fine. Guitars a whisper in the middle of the room, shining through the temporary and the basement gloom. It sounds like a homecoming, it sounds like a hug, pulled from the silence like a cork from a jug. We are but the listeners of the simple and the true, a sanctuary created for me and for you. The distortion is a beauty, the imperfection is a grace, suspended in the center of the solitary space. I see the steam of the coffee merging with the glow, the only kind of rhythm that I really want to know. Everything is purposeful and everything is slow, following exactly where the spirits need to go. The analog warmth is a legacy of the sound, a holy kind of magic that is scattered on the ground. I surrender to the frequency, I surrender to the light, defeating every particle of heavy city night. That analog warmth, a blanket for the heart, the fundamental tools of the sophisticated art. A warm and a beautiful and intricate design, making every ordinary moment look so very fine. The air is thick with history and thick with the intent, a monument to all the time that we have solitary spent. Vacuum tubes are breathing in every kind of way, exhaling all the fragments of the weary city-ish day. I feel a sense of lightness and I feel a sense of pride, with absolutely nowhere for the gratitude to hide. The music is a bridge between the earth and the divine, a permanent and beautiful and intricate design. So thank you for the glow and thank you for the heat, for making every ordinary moment look so very sweet. The analog warmth is the anthem of the night, for helping us to face the common and the blinding light. I leave the sanctuary with the fire in the bone, feeling less like a stranger and feeling less alone. Analog warmth is the only thing I really need, a spiritual and a sensory and a warmish kind of creed. Analog warmth, a blanket for the heart, the fundamental tools of the sophisticated art. A warm and a beautiful and an intricate design, making every ordinary moment look so very fine. It sits there in the shadows with the edges turning gray, a testament to all the music that was taken far away. The cardboard is fragile, it is thin as tissue paper, a ghost of a beauty that is starting to evaporate and taper. I see the ring wear on the surface, a circle of the time, putting every memory into rhythm and to rhyme. Property of David, 1964 is written in the blue, a message from the center of the simple and the true. David is a phantom, but David is a friend in a journey that has come to its magnificent end. He loved these melodies, he held them in the hand, the coolest and the sharpest inspiration in the land. I run my fingers down the spine, I feel the crackle and the fold, a story of a passion that is multifaceted and old. The artwork is a masterpiece of the abstract and the ink, making me stop and making the heavy spirit think. Dust and bone, never alone. Yesterdays are beating in heart. The dusty jacket, a museum of the soul, giving back the spirit, the absolute and total control. A fragment of the life that was left behind the door, in the middle of the basement and the wooden handled floor. The cello is a voice that is reaching for the heart, tearing the composed and the professional facade apart. It speaks of the separation and it speaks of the link, a combination of the sensory and the intellectual think. I wonder where David is, I wonder if he knows that the music he once loved is still finding where it goes. In this sophisticated and this solitary space, I find a version of the universal and the silent grace. The piano is a river flowing constant and it's wide, carrying the secrets that we often try to hide. The dusty jacket is the anchor for the spirit and the mind, leaving all the trouble and the static far behind. We don't need a monument and we don't need a parade, just a little attention to the progress we have lately made. I am the keeper of the memory, keeper of the sleeve, waiting for the person who is starting to believe. The dusty jacket, a museum of the soul, giving back the spirit, the absolute and total control. A fragment of the life that was left behind the door, in the middle of the basement and the wooden handled floor. Dust is on the fingers, but the gold is in the eye, watching all the ordinary moments go on by. I pull the record out and I place it on the light, defeating every particle of the heavy city night. The jacket is the armor, the jacket is the shield, everything the past has got to offer is revealed. I am just a guest today, a visitor in the sound, the finest kind of sanctuary that I have ever found. So goodbye to David and so goodbye to the gray. The music is returning in a quiet kind of way. The dusty jacket is a permanent and beautiful design, making every ordinary moment look so very fine. I pack the music safely in the pocket of the heart, ready for the reality and the everyday to start. The dusty jacket is the only thing I really need, a spiritual and a nostalgic and a paper-colored creed. The dusty jacket, a museum of the soul, giving back the spirit, the absolute and total control. A fragment of the life that was left behind the door, in the middle of the basement and the wooden handled floor.
The needle rises from the center of the finished side, searching for the secrets that the labels often hide. I live the black circle with a steady human hand, the coolest and the sharpest inspiration in the land. I turn it over to the B-side and the unknown track. There is no possibility of ever looking back. The platter starts to rotate in a brand new way, leaving all the fragments of the ordinary day. The music starts with a sudden and a wild decree, setting every captive and every spirit free. It's raw and it's honest and it's unrefined and pure, the only universally and rhythmic kind of cure. I see the grooves are wider, the pattern is so deep, awakening the energy the giants used to keep. A B-side rarity, a fragment of the fire, taking the ambition and the energy even higher. Flip the disc, take the risk, hidden sound, lost and found. B-side rarities, the echoes of the dark, searching for meaning and searching for a spark, and a experimental journey on a spiral of the black, bringing all the beauty and the salvation back. Freedom and a grit, and I'm loving every single little part of it. It's a conversation happening without a single word, the finest conversation that I've ever really heard. We're building up the tension and we let it all release, finding in the chaos a specific kind of peace. A rarity discovered in a basement of the stone, a feeling that only the seekers have ever really known. Maybe the soul is just a B-side in the mist, searching for a version of the joy that has existed beyond the popularity and beyond the golden fame. And every feeling is specific and its name. The bass is like the architecture, solid and it's deep, providing all the energy that weary people keep in this sophisticated in the solitary space. I find a version of the universal and the silent grace. B-side rarities, the echoes of the dark, searching for a meaning and searching for a spark, an experimental journey on a spiral of the black, bringing all the beauty and the salvation back. To a place I've never been, the most creative exploration I have ever seen. I am the navigator of the long no forgotten side, with absolutely nowhere for the spirit left to hide. The B-side rarity is a legacy of the heart, a permanent and beautiful and solitary art. I feel the static electricity like a kiss upon the skin, where the new and where the celebrations start to begin. So let the needle travel and let the rhythm flow, everything that I really, really want to know. The B-side is the anchor for the spirit and the mind, leaving all the tradition and the static far behind. I pack the music safely in the pocket of the soul, giving back the spirit the absolute and total control. B-side rarities are the only things I really need, a spiritual and a written and discovery is creed. B-side rarities, the echoes of the dark, searching for a meaning and searching for a spark. An experimental journey on the spiral of the black, bringing all the beauty and the salvation back.
Light is glowing in the corner of the glass, watching as the many heavy city showers pass. A miniature fireplace, a fire in the wire, taking the ambition and the energy even higher. It isn't just the music, it's the temperature of sound, the finest kind of sanctuary that I have ever found. It softens every jagged edge and cleanses every sin, opening the window for the peace to enter in. The Hammond is like a cushion of the velvet and the air, a temporary remedy for the burden of despair. The notes are round and heavy, they are full of the life, cutting through the struggle and cutting through the strife. I feel the circulation returning to the soul, giving back the spirit, the absolute and total control. The vacuum tube glow is a medicine for the mind, leaving all the trouble and the static far behind. Orange glow, soft and slow, warmth within, let it begin. Vacuum tube glow, a heartbeat of the wire, burning with a cold and an incandescent kind of fire. In the middle of the room, shining through the temporary and the basement gloom. It sounds like a homecoming, and it sounds like a hug pulled from the silence, like a cork from a jug. We are but the listeners of the simple and the true, a sanctuary created for me and for you. The distortion is a beauty, the imperfection is a grace, suspended in the center of the solitary space. I see the steam of the coffee merging with the glow, the only kind of rhythm that I really wanna know. Everything is purposeful and everything is slow. Follow on exactly where the spirits need to go. The like a sea of the sound, a holy kind of magic that is scattered on the ground. I surrender to the frequency, I surrender to the light, defeating every particle of the heavy city night. Oh, vacuum tube glow, a heartbeat of the wire burning with the cold and an incandescent kind of fire. Oh, a visual blues in the middle of the night, guiding us through the labyrinth of the artificial light. The air is thick with history and thick with the intent, a monument to all the time that we have solitary spent. The vacuum tubes are breathing in a kind of way, exhaling all the fragments of the weary city-ish day. I feel a sense of lightness and I feel a sense of pride, with absolutely nowhere for the gratitude to hide. Our music is a bridge between the earth and the divine, a permanent, beautiful, and intricate design. So thank you for the glow, and thank you for the heat, for making every ordinary moment look so very sweet. The vacuum tube glow is the anthem of the night, for helping us to face the coming and the blinding light. I leave the sanctuary with the fire and the bone, feeling less like a stranger and feeling less alone. Vacuum tube glow is the only thing I really, really need, a spiritual and a sensory and a warmish kind of creed. Raw vacuum tube glow, a heartbeat of the wire burning with a cold and an incandescent kind of fire. Visual blues in the middle of the night, guiding us through the labyrinth of the artificial light. The silence is never silent on the surface of the black, holding every tiny grain of the history in the track. A pop and then a crackle is the music of the years, a rhythmic kind of medicine for the modernist fears. It sounds like a tiny fire burning in the groove, making every ordinary in the solitary move. I listen to the static and I listen to the grain, transforming all the losses into a spiritual gain. The scratches are the wrinkles on the face of the soul, giving back the spirit, the absolute and total control. They tell us that the journey has been long, it's been real, a physicalized version of exactly how we feel. I don't need the digital, I don't need the clean. The loveliest perspective that I've ever seen is the imperfection of the plastic and the ink, giving me the time and the opportunity to think. Pop and hiss, static kiss, beautiful flaw. The nature is law. Crackle and pop, the heartbeat of the past, a beauty and a mystery that is designed to last. A rhythmic conversation with the dust and with the time, putting every memory into rhythm and to rhyme. The trumpet is a ghost reaching through the gray, watching as the fragments of the city wash away. It dances with the crackle in a slow and lazy way, the miniature ballet of the quiet afternoon day. We are but the witnesses to the labor and the grace, suspended in the center of the solitary space. The distortion is a truth, imperfection is a sign of a structural and beautiful and intricate design. Maybe the life is just a crackle in the night, searching for a meaning and searching for a light. And the needle is the observer of the sorrow and the joy, a spirit that the digital world can never quite destroy. I feel the vibration in the marrow and the bone, a feeling that only the vinyl lovers have ever known. The crackle and pop is the anthem of the skin, where the new and where the celebrations start to begin. Crackle and pop, the heartbeat of the past, a beauty and a mystery that is designed to last. A rhythmic conversation with the dust and with the time, putting every memory into rhythm and to rhyme. My hand out and I touch the spinning air, a magnificent and beautiful and solitary prayer. The static is the honesty of the least feely space, giving every feeling a specific kind of grace. It softens every edge and it heals every scar, better than a sermon or a brightly shining star. The crackle and pop is a legacy of sound, the finest kind of sanctuary that I have ever found. So let the pop continue and let the crackle play, chasing all the boring and the weary blues away. Crackle and pop is the only thing I really, really need. Need a spiritual and a sensory and a texture kind of creating. I leave the player with the rhythm in the gate, refusing to be victims of a heavy kind of fate. The imperfection is a promise that the morning will be bright, as I step out from the shadows of the laundry room-ish night. Crackle and pop, the heartbeat of the past, a beauty and a mystery that is designed to last. A rhythmic conversation with the dust and with the time, putting every memory into rhythm and to rhyme. I find a heavy volume in the bottom of the bin, where the resurrection and the archaeology begin. The cover is a landscape of the silver and the gray, a testament to all the music taken far away. The title is a mystery, the name is just a ghost, watching over everything that I love the very most. I pull the record out and I place it on the line, defeating every particle of the heavy city night. orchestra emerges like a giant from the deep, awakening the secrets that the tired people keep. The strings are weaving patterns of the longing and the grace, suspended in the center of the solitary space. It sounds like high ambition and it sounds like a homecoming beneath the silver moonlight and the gentle rhythmic drumming of forgotten symphony. A masterpiece of art, the beating of the temporary and the human heart. Raise the sound, what we found in the dust. Spirit trust. Forgotten symphony, a prayer without a word, the loveliest frequency that the heart has ever heard. A sanctuary built to melody and rhythmic deep desire, baptizing every feeling in the cool and blue fire. The piano is a river flowing constant and it's wide, carrying the secrets that we often try to hide. The forgotten symphony is the anchor of the mind, leaving all the trouble and the static far behind. We don't need a monument and we don't need a parade, just a little attention to the progress we have lately made. The saxophone is reaching for the heavens high above, a conversation made of passion and of universal love. Maybe we are only chapters in a much larger design, a sentence or a paragraph, a singularized line. But here among the giants I can feel the connection, a quiet and a beautiful and a deep reflection. The ink is like the blood of all the thinkers gone before, flowing through the structure from the ceiling to the floor. The forgotten symphony is a legacy of the soul, giving back the spirit, the absolute and total control. Forgotten symphony, a prayer without a word, the loveliest frequency that the heart has ever heard. A sanctuary built to melody and rhythmic deep desire, baptizing every feeling in the cool and blue fire. The music is a bridge between the earth and the divine, a permanent and beautiful and intricate design. I feel a sense of lightness and I feel a sense of pride, with absolutely nowhere for the spirit left to hide. The forgotten symphony has done its work of mercy and of art, restoring the equilibrium of the weary human heart. The blue is turned to radiant, it's turning into day, chasing all the memories and mysteries away. So let the strings continue and let the brass section blow everything that I really, really wanna know. The forgotten symphony is the anthem of the night, for helping us to face the coming and the blinding light. I pack the magic safely in the pocket of the heart, ready for the reality and the everyday to start. The forgotten symphony is the only thing I really need, a spiritual and a majestic and a forgotten-ish creed. Forgotten symphony, a prayer without a word, the loveliest frequency that the heart has ever heard. A sanctuary built to melody and rhythm deep desire, baptizing every feeling in the cool and blue fire. heavy iron door is closed against the autumn chill, and the world of the underground is standing perfectly still. I step out to the pavement and I feel the city wind, where the new and where the celebration start to begin. I'm carrying the black gold in a bag of the paperish brown, a secret kind of treasure in the middle of the town. The neon signs are nodding as I pass them by the way, chasing all the fragments of the weary city-ish day. The rhythm of the basement is still ringing in the head, long after every single word of the past has been said. I am a different person than I was an hour before, behind the heavy protection of the record storage door. The street lamps are like golden moons reflected in the wet, an image of a beauty that I haven't finished yet. The blue is turning radiant, it's turning into night, guiding us through the labyrinth of the artificial light. Lock the door, back for more. Day is done, adventure one. Closing the bind, a majestic goodbye to the sound, where the true and silent essence of the soul is always found. A transition of the spirit and a transition of the heart, the final and the beautiful and majestic part. The struggle and preparing for the more, but I am balanced and I'm whole. I found the golden key, the definition of the spirit and of the liberty. The music stays inside me like a fire in the bone, helping me to face the world and not feel all alone. Closing the bind is a ritual of the peace, giving the exhausted soul rhythm and peace. Maybe the life is just a series of the record store stays, in between the frantic and the ordinary it stays. A sanctuary of the spirit and a sanctuary of the mind, leaving all the trouble and the static far behind. I walk along the sidewalk with a rhythm in the gait, refusing to be victims of a heavy kind of fate. The black circles are my promise, the black circles are my aid, for the progress and the beautiful and the grand parade. Closing the bind, a majestic goodbye to the sound, where the true and silent essence of the soul is always found. A transition of the spirit and a transition of the heart, the final and the beautiful and the majestic part. Almost over and the horizon is a threat, but I carry with me something that I haven't finished yet. A piece of the eternity from off the basement floor, in the middle of the city and the wooden handled floor. The record store is a vessel sailing through the ocean deep, watching over all the secrets that the weary people keep. I am the keeper of the silence, keeper of the light, guiding us through the labyrinth of the laundry room-ish night. So goodbye to the needle and so goodbye to the dust, a script of the tradition and a script of the trust. Closing the bind is the anthem of the heart, a permanent and beautiful and solitary art. I leave the street with the rhythm and the walking of the feet, ready for the reality that is final and complete. Closing the bind is ringing like a bell inside the head, long after every single word of love has been said. Closing the bind, a majestic goodbye to the sound, where the true and silent essence of the soul is found. A transition of the spirit and a transition of the heart, the final and the beautiful and the majestic part. A transition of the spirit and a transition of the heart. The sun. Home.